Good morning, guys. Welcome to day 2 of your math class, remote learning. We're going to be going over the homework from yesterday from the lesson 9 practice problems. We're going to be looking at lesson 11. That's your warm-up right there. I need you to order the 4 rational numbers in order from least to greatest. From least to greatest. You're going to order a half, a negative third, negative fourth, and negative, not a negative, but a positive fifth. Just like it's up there. Make sure that you have your student workbook with you, something to write with, a calculator perhaps, or just use your computer. Definitely paper, or at least your workbook. Okay, I am going to get started. If you guys are looking back at the video, you know you can pause it, but we got to get started. Hopefully, I'll put the answers up here for those of you who are tuning in later on. 2 negatives, 2 positives, right? So if you put them in order from least to greatest, you know that the 2 that are on the far left have to be a negative third and a negative fourth. And then you know that the 2 on the right have to be positive, because positives are always more than negatives, right? And then you got your fifth and your half. And if you're not sure why, we can look at this a few different ways, all right? We can look at this as what are their decimal equivalents. So for this one, it would be like a negative 33 cents. For this one, it would be like a negative 25 cents. This one would be a positive 20 cents. This one would be a positive 50 cents. Right? You know that you're counting that way from 0. So that's why this one has to be here. It's farther away from 0 on the left. Now, the other way you could look at this is that they all have the same numerator. So when they all have the same numerator, let's focus on these guys first because they're on the negative side. We'll put them in a group of their own. If I have the same number of pieces, there's a denominator of 3 and a denominator of 4. That means the whole was cut into different pieces. If this piece was cut into less equal parts, good morning, Stephanie. Thank you for joining us. I'm just going over the warm-up right now, and then I'm going to move into the lesson 9 practice problems from yesterday. Oh, Stephanie. Okay, you can join the stream, no problem. I streamed for your class at 9. But you could definitely stay here. That's not a problem. On your Google Classroom, there is a link to watch the video that I did from 9 to 10 for your class. Good morning, Lara. Awesome. Thank you for joining us. Okay. So here, let me show you the agenda then. You guys, I had did this before, right? That's the warm up, and that's what we're doing today. And then down here, I'm just making sure that you guys have the correct order. Order from smallest to largest: negative a third, negative a quarter, a fifth, and a half. So what I was trying to say is that this denominator was cut into less equal pieces. If you cut it into less equal pieces, you have bigger pieces. And when you're going that way, the bigger the piece, the more negative it is, the smaller the number, right? That's why this one is here. Now you can also look at it in terms of, we could look at this in terms of the positive group also. Same number of pieces, but again, different holes. This one was only cut into 2 pieces. This one was cut into 5 pieces. So it's kind of like if you have a chocolate bar. You can have the same chocolate bar, but I have 5 friends to share it with. Everybody's going to get a smaller piece. I only have 2 friends to share it with. I'm going to cut it into 2 equal pieces. Right? So these pieces end up being bigger. That's why it's got to be on that side of the list. Right? Any questions about the warm-up, guys? All right, if you do, you can always post in the chat or post online. Hopefully the rest of the class will join. All right, let's go over the lesson 9 practice problems. All right, lesson 9 practice problems. If you guys didn't do the practice problems yet, I'm going to suggest that you come back to the stream in about 10 to 15 minutes. If you did do the lesson 9 practice problems, then you stay here. And if you're watching the link from later, then you can always pause the video, do the problems, and then look at it. Because the point is, I wanted you to try the problems and then take a look at it. Good morning, Lewis. How are you? Excellent. I'm glad you joined us. All right, we just did a warm-up, Lewis, and now we're looking at lesson 9 practice problems. So if you guys did them, great. Stay with me. If not, come back later, okay? In about 15 minutes. We're going to look at this one first. Lesson 9 practice problem. All right, so I underlined 10 meters because 10 meters is what stayed the same. 10 meters stayed the same. That means that these 2 people ran the same distance. What changed was their time. So who ran faster? Who ran faster? Right? You should say Priya. Priya ran faster, and it's because she did it in less time. She did it in less time. Even though she ran the same distance as Han, she did it in less time. 2.4 is less than 2.7. Okay, part B. At that rate, how long would it take each person? How long would it take each person to run 50 meters? All right, so let's take a look at that. we've looked at double number lines, so let's make a quick one. You guys are kind of quiet. What are my two quantities? Distance and time. What am I measuring them in? Seconds and meters. And they're telling us, let's go with Han first. He did the 10 meters. In 2.7 seconds. And we want to actually get to 50. So what do you have to do there? Good morning, Ashley. Yes, that's right. Keep joining, guys. We're on lesson 9 practice problems, Ashley. What do we do here? To get from 10 meters to 50 meters, what do we have to do? Hopefully you guys are going to tell me that you have to multiply by 5. That's right, multiply by 5. If you do that here, we got to do it here also because we're trying to find equivalent ratios, right? We're trying to find the one that keeps the same rate. That's right, times it. Times it by 5. So what's 2.7 times 5, guys? What's 2.7 times 5? You guys should get 13.5. So for the answer for Han, you would say Han would take, hopefully you guys see that okay? That's right, you got it, 13.5. Han would take 13, that doesn't look like a 13, 13.5 seconds to run 50 meters. You got to put your answer statement down. This proves it and it shows your work, but this is the actual answer statement, and that's part B, number 1B. Number 1, part B. Ashley, yes, that's right. Thank you. All right, now let's do the same thing, but let's do it for Priya. So I'm going to erase that part. I'm going to erase that. She's going to take a little bit different time. Okay. Now, I shouldn't erase that because we're still going to multiply by 5 here. But what was her time? Her time was different. Her time was 2.4. She's running faster. Still have to multiply it by 5 to get the answer, to find the equivalent ratio. Remember what we're doing here? I actually made a note of that on the side because this is something that I want you guys to start doing. I want you to start looking at problems and trying to decide what category of math would it fall into. And yes, it's ratios, equivalent ratios. 2.4 times 5 is what? 2.4 times 5 is what? You guys should actually get 12. You should get 12 even. You can use your calculators. That's right, Laurel. Good job. Good job. So, our answer statement. And I will use a different color here. So, we're talking about Priya this time, right? Priya would take 12 seconds to run 50 meters. That's our answer statement. Good job, guys. Keep it up. Okay, that means we're ready for number 2. Number 2. Miss, you know, you could also use Google Meet to talk to us. Yes. I have not tried that out yet.
I tried at work, but students weren't able to put Meet into their Google Suite. I heard that it's open now for you guys. So far this is kind of working though, because I can upload the video. I'm not really that savvy with Meet. I have not used it before. And this one, at least I can post on Google Classroom. I'm not sure if I'd be able to do that with Google Meet. I don't want students to miss out if they weren't able to join the stream. I want them to be able to look back at it. So if I could figure that out, then we can try that. Thank you. Thank you for mentioning it. Number two, I didn't just classify this as ratios. I got a little bit more specific. I classified it as a unit rate. Why did I do that? I circled it. It's looking for feet per second. That's for 1 second. Anytime they're looking for anything, I want you to think of your unit rates. And for unit rates, we've been using models like double number lines, tables, and the equivalent ratios, but mostly the double number lines and tables to find them. That's good. It's looking for 1 second. The key here is that it's looking for just 1 second. Feet per 1 second. All right. So what I want you guys to do, I want you guys to check your tables. Check to see that you filled in the table like this. Check that you filled out the table, that you counted by 15s on the top, and that you counted by 1s on the bottom. Now, how did I know that? Good. How did I know that it was looking, how did I know, or how did you guys know if you did this already, to count by 15s on the top for distance and to count by 1s on the bottom for time? How did you guys know that? Hopefully you told me, because if they're giving you 60 feet in 4 seconds and you want for 1 second, all you have to do is divide by 4 here, divide by 4 here. 60 divided by 4 is 15. 4 divided by 4 is 1. Therefore, I'm counting by 1s for seconds and 15s for my distance. Hope you guys got it. Multiply by 3. Where would I multiply 3 by, Leora? Where are you multiplying by 3? One. So one way you can check it, all right, you're going to do 1 times 4 is 4. 15 times 4 is 60. If that checks out, then you're good. That's okay. I'm glad you're here participating. You make any mistakes that you make is okay. No worries. Okay. Now that means, what is the speed of the scooter in feet per second? Everybody should put down that it is 15 feet per second. The speed of the scooter is 15 feet per second. And we already did part B because I told you guys to complete it and compare it. But how about part C? Part C, the skateboard is not on the double number line. It's the scooter. The scooter at 4 seconds is going 60 miles per hour, but now we're going to compare it to a skateboard. And the skateboard in 4 seconds only goes 55 feet. So which one's going faster, the skateboard or the scooter? Hopefully you guys tell me that the skateboard is slower than the scooter because 55 is less than 60. Any questions on that, guys? Okay, cool. So let's go to number 3. Now, for number 3, everybody should have had that it was going 25 miles per hour. They labeled the distance on the top, and they labeled the hours, the time, on the bottom. How do I get from 6 to 1? I would divide by 6, and I put down multiply because you could just check your work. 6 divided by 6 is 1. 150 divided by 6 is 25. And just to double check your work, 25 times 6 should give you 150. And 1 times 6 should give you 6. All right? How about that one? Any questions on that one? Okay. If you have a question, just ask. Go ahead. I can go back. It's no problem. All right, let's take a look at number 4. Okay. Number 4. I wrote down that they, again, are looking for a unit rate. Or not looking for a unit rate. This time they actually gave you a unit rate. I underlined the unit rate that they gave you. If they say per large egg, that means for 1 large egg. So let's change this a little bit. If we label this one the flour, and the flour is in grams and it's in bags, right? Bags of flour? Or just, no, this one is just the grams. Okay. And then we have the eggs. And instead of there being a unit, what kind of number did we call this? Do you guys remember what kind of number we call this if it's just something that we count? What kind of number? It begins with a D. You should have a discrete. It's a discrete number, okay? Because we count. We're just counting them. And they told us specifically that there's 150 grams for 1 large egg. That was the unit rate that they gave us. In letter A, they're looking for 6. So to get from here to here, you multiply by 6. To get from here to here, multiply by 6. What is 150 times 6? You guys should have gotten 900. In part B, they're asking you this time about 450 grams. Well, how do I get to 450 grams? You have options. You can tell Miss Leggett, well, Miss Leggett, if I multiply 150 times 3, I'll get 450. You can also tell me that if I divide 900 by 2, I also get 450. Good job. Good job, guys. So then let's do 1 times 3 is 3. So for part B, how many eggs are used for 450 grams of flour? Only 3 eggs have to be used. Hey, Jordan, thank you for joining us, buddy. Jordan, we're going over to lesson 9 practice problems. If you didn't get a chance to do it, you can come back to the stream in like maybe 5 minutes. We should be done. If you do have them done, join us. And if you didn't have them done, just tune in later and make sure that you check your work, okay? To make sure you have the same answers. We're on number 5 right now, so I'm going to erase this. It's absolutely okay, Jordan. You can join us in this one. If you want to see your classes, then you just go to your Google Classroom and click on the link and it'll show you the video. All right, no problem. All right, guys, number 5. Number 5, what would you label it? What kind of math? Hopefully you're going to tell me that we're looking at a unit price and ratios. All right, I say price because we're talking about money. I'm on number 5, dear, number 5. Lesson 9 practice problem, number 5. Okay, let's do a double number line again. And I guess I could have just used the same one. They say 4 bags are being sold for $11.96. And I'm going to need in part A, I'm going to need for one bag. So this is bags. And this is the price. And the price is being measured in US dollars. I'm going to need the price for 1. But they're telling me that 4 matches with $11.96. Now, this is why I like this, because sometimes students get a little bit mixed up. They're not sure if they should multiply or divide. They're not sure if they set up a ratio as a fraction, then is it on the top, is it on the bottom? And good morning, Ray. I'm doing 6th grade stream right now. 8th grade I'm doing at 1:30. I'm sorry, 12:30 to 1:30. All right, so this is why I like the double number line because it's making it very clear what you should do and why. So how do I get from 4 to 1? You know that you divide by 4. How do I get from 1196 to my equivalent ratio? Do the same thing. So what is 1196 divided by 4? Oh, awesome. Extra credit? You guys should have got $2.99 for part A. Good job. Good job, guys. Nice job. All right. How about part B? Part B is saying how much for 9 bags. So here's 9 bags. How do you get from 1 to 9? Just multiply by 9. How do I get from the $2.99 to my answer? Same thing, right? Because we're looking for equivalent ratios. So what is $2.99 times 9? Good job. You guys should get $26.91. All right, so make sure you put those answers. Make sure you put your answers right there, right next to the problem. Careful, Lewis, $26.91. $26.91. Maybe that's just a typo. Your $2.99 times 9. There you go. Good job, Lero. You guys are doing good. Keep it up. All right, number 6. Okay, number 6. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll just erase this part. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And make sure they match up, guys. Okay. A pet owner has 5 cats, and each cat has 2 ears and 4 paws. Complete the double number line to show the numbers of ears and paws. They gave us 0. Oh. I'm not going to have room if I put it there. All right. And they... All right, hurry up, Jordan. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. What am I missing, guys? I left something important out. The page. Lesson 9, practice problems. What did I leave out from my double number line? Hopefully you guys tell me my labels, right? It's really important to have your labels. So I was supposed to say that this was the number of ears and that this was the number of paws. Now the owner, okay, cool. The owner, they said that the owner has 5 cats. So let me ask you if so to make sure that we're interpreting the double number line. How many cats is that? All right, you guys should tell me that this is only 1 cat. Because 1 cat has 2 ears and 4 paws, typically, normally, right? All right, how many cats is this right here? Good. This one is the 5 cats. Okay, let's answer the questions. A, this is your double number line, but then here's for B, C, and D. For B, C, and D, you should have those ratios, and at the bottom, 10 more pause. 10 more pause, because it's 10 and 20. You guys have any questions on number 6? You guys okay with that? All right, then we're going to do the last one, number 7. Now for number 7, you can do a diagram or you can explain. And what I chose to do is to find the multiplier. Because remember, we're looking at equivalent ratios. So what do we do? I guess I'll write this out. If we're looking at five to 1 and 15 to 3, how do I get from here to here? You have to multiply by 3, right? And then 5 times 3 is 15. So they're definitely equivalent ratios. Definitely equivalent ratios, that's right. And why are they equivalent? Because if you take 5 multiplied by 5, you get 15. If you have 1 and you multiply it by 3, you get 3. So 3 is the multiplier here. If this was a recipe, we would say 3 batches will give you that. That's that ratio of ingredients. Okay, if it was a recipe. They didn't tell us that though. Okay, part B. This time we have 25 to 5 and we have 10 to 2. Okay. What would I have to multiply 2 by to get to 5? I would have to multiply by 2.5. 2.5 plus 2.5 is 5. If you do the same thing to 10, do you get 25? Yes, you do. 10 times 2.5 is 25. So what's my multiplier here? Good job. That's why they're equivalent ratios. Okay, last one. Part C. We have 198, 1,287, and 2 to 13. Well, what do I have to multiply by 2 by to get to 198? Whoa there? Whoa, what's the matter? Crazy numbers, right? It's not as crazy as you might think, because you know that 2 times 100 is 200, and you're only missing 2. So just multiply by 99. 2 times 99 will give you 198. And if you want, you can use your calculator to test 13 times 99. But you really don't have to, because 13 times 100 is 1,300. And if you take away the 13, you're left with 1,287. So they actually, it's like they wanted to make you go, whoa, but it really wasn't that bad. All right, nice job, guys. That's your practice problems. So we reviewed the homework. We need to do 11.2 and 11.3. In case you didn't see it in the beginning, I'll just zoom in on that real quick. We did the warm-up. We did the review homework. So now we're at 11.2. All right? 11.2. Okay. This one is filled out already, so hold on a second. 11.2. I want you to take a couple of minutes and fill out that double number line. If you're there already. So this is where I need you guys. Everybody should be here at 11.2. I'll see you later, Ray. I hope you can join us for 8th grade stream. This one, as you'll notice, it has a digital version. If you're interested, you can hop on that, but just make sure that you're recording your answers in your book, okay? So 11.2, sparkling orange juice. I want you to use the information, and I want you to fill out the double number line real quick. And if I'm still not ready, just keep going and answering the questions. Now you might be wondering, where do you start, right? So since they're telling you the 4 and the 5 right off the bat, that's how I want you to count. They said it's going to be 4 to 5, so you do that. You count by 4s, you count by 5s. All right? Now, by doing that, it makes the questions a lot easier to ask, right? So for like example number 2, how many batches is the 36 to 45? Now, I don't want to show you the answer. I want you guys to tell me. Hopefully, you're still with me. How many batches is that? For the 36 to 45, how many batches was that? All right, hopefully you guys tell me 9. Because I don't know how you got 7. Don't count the 0. Start with the 4, 5. Okay, good job. You counted 9? Okay, 9 batches. Now, you see how they say if someone uses 400 liters. Now, 400 liters is not on our double number line. It's not even close, but we could get there pretty quickly. Because what happens when you take 4 and you multiply it by 100? What do you get? You get the 400 that they're looking for, right? Now, what do you do? What do you get when you get 5 times 100? 500. So what's the equivalent ratio that matches with 400? Is 400 to 500. Any questions there? Good job. Good job, Lero. Keep it up. Okay, now this one might be a little trickier because they're asking about 455 liters of soda water. So if you look at my double number line carefully, I put the 455 like at the bottom because soda is on the bottom. Now, how do I get from 5 to 455? You have to multiply by 91. That means that you have to do 4 times 91 now. And 4 times 91 you should get 364 liters, and that's for orange juice. You guys see that? Everything okay? Now, okay, cool. So in the other class, we kind of ran out of time for 11.3. So what I'm going to do is I'm assigning 11.3 as homework. And this time I'll have it posted with a document. I know you guys are doing it in your book, but I'm basically doing it because I want people to see clearly which assignment they're supposed to be working on. So you don't have to necessarily submit it. We're going to go over it in the stream. Okay, no problem. Hey, Daniel, what's up? That's actually it. You guys are gonna do 11.3 for homework. I'm gonna put it on Google Classroom. You're gonna be working on that one. But that's it. Do you guys have any other questions for me? And maybe Moby Max, maybe corrections, maybe something that's not clear. Any questions for me whatsoever? Any questions on what we did? Anything? Yes, it's due tomorrow. We can't waste any time. Sorry. No? Yes. It's okay, man. You got this. You did great today. Really. We just need more people on the classroom stream. I mean, obviously they can watch it later and they can still participate. But it definitely goes better when you guys join the stream. For my homeroom periods 1-2, we had 11 people on the stream and it went pretty good. I'm not saying that this didn't go good because you guys are here. But without you guys, it's kind of just like a dry video. So up to you, but it's better when you guys can participate, all right? So I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. Same time, 10:30 to 11:30, math class. Please make sure that you're checking your other Google Classrooms because all the teachers are trying to interact with you. All right? So just check them all, be diligent, and take it one day at a time like we all are, okay? All right, cool. Then I will see you guys tomorrow. Great job today.